Hi there. Today, I'm going to be doing a short video essay about Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe. The idea of selling one's soul to the devil, this idea fascinates me and I enjoy it so much because it can be read in different ways. One of my first ideas for this video was that I wanted to talk about, say, young people who devote their lives to sports, like especially the gymnasts, the inconceivable amount of training that they have to put in before the age of 16 to compete in the Olympics, which only comes around every 4 years. Dr. Paul said, "Grant, try to stick a little bit more closely to the text." All right, I will. So I took a little bit of a closer look at the text. In scene 1, we have the chorus comes out and makes a little introduction to the audience. Dr. Faustus is discovered in his study, and he begins the play with these lines. "Settle thy studies, Faustus, and begin to sound the depth of that thou wilt profess." To sound the depths, to explore the ideas, the philosophy, the mathematical equations that you would extol as a professor of these ideas. And in the beginning of the play, Faustus goes from a book of philosophy to a book of religion to a book of physics, I believe. He is trying to reach the ultimate in learning, and he exhausts the possibilities of religion and mathematics and physics, and he comes across a book of necromancy. Lines, circles, scenes, letters, and characters. These are those that Faustus most desires, his book of necromancy. Oh, what a world of profit and delight, of power and honor and omnipotence is promised to the studious artisan. All things that move between the quiet poles shall be at my command. Onto the stage come two angels, a good angel and an evil angel. And the good angel says, "O Faustus, lay that damned book aside, and gaze not on it, lest it tempt thy soul and heap God's heavy wrath upon thy head. Read the scriptures, that is blasphemy." The evil angel replies, "Go forward, Faustus, in the famous art," this is very important, this next line, "wherein all nature's treasure is contained. Be thou on earth as Jove is in the sky, Lord and commander of these elements." Now, this is very key because the idea and the appearance of books and learning is very essential to the play of Faustus. This is what put me on to the track of what I think is really going on in the play, is that it's not a literal signing a contract with the devil to say that I will give you my soul if you give me ultimate omnipotent power in this world. Because that is too much of a literal translation of what's happening here in the play. What I see it is a metaphor for the idea that learning and science and the accumulation of knowledge, especially mathematical and scientific knowledge, is a way to remove God from your world. It is very easy to believe in God if you are a simpleton. Who made the earth? God made the earth. Well, I think anyone with a smattering of knowledge knows that God did not make the earth. The earth is the earth because it just happens to be a certain amazingly fortunate distance from the sun, amazing capacity for life to be based on carbon. All of us carbon-based life forms. I don't even know what it means. It's a popular phrase that's used. And because we are in this zone just far enough from the sun, we have the elements, we have the chemicals, we have the plants who are filled with chlorophyll, and because of photosynthesis, they produce oxygen, and life is created in the oceans, and then over millions and millions of years, life evolved, and God had no part in it. God didn't just, floating around the universe and said, "Oh, okay, all right, here is where I'm going to put the earth. Quite precise distance from the sun. I can do that because I'm God. All right, and I'm going to build lakes and rivers and oceans, and I'm going to put fish in them. Also, I'm going to make plants, and I'm going to make mountains and volcanoes and fjords, and I'm going to do all that because I'm God, and I'm really good at all this, stuff." We know that is ridiculous. It's a fairy tale. It is a fantasy to believe that life on earth was created through the amazingly unmiraculous, slow grinding theory of evolution. It just happens because so much time is involved in evolution. Millions and millions of years. Not God. And that is what this play is about. The man is getting further away from God with the accumulation of knowledge. I really did enjoy reading this play because I always like the whole concept of selling one's soul to the devil. And in this play, it is handled very well because it starts off with these very lofty ideas. He says, shall I make spirits fetch me what I please? Resolve me of my ambiguities. Perform that desperate enterprise, yes. I will have them fly to India for gold, ransack the ocean for orient pearl, and search all corners of newfound world for pleasant fruits and princely delicacies. I'll have them read me strange philosophy and tell me the secrets of all foreign kings. I will have them wall all Germany with brass. I will make the swift Rhine circle Württemberg. I will have them fill the public schools with silk. So he has all of these fantasies about what he's going to do when he sells his soul to Lucifer. He does all this, and as the play goes along, his magical powers become more and more pathetic. He sells the man a horse. I don't know why he should ever want to have any money, because he could just tell Mephistopheles, bring me a mountain of money, and Mephistopheles will. Like, Mephistopheles is a wonderful character in the play because he seems to be going along with Faustus's requests for doing these things, but he looks at Faustus in a way like, really? Is that all you desire? Just a mountain of gold? Like that is the limit of your imagination for what you could conceivably ask of me? It's fantastic. So he sells a man a horse for like 40 pounds or 40 ducats, I don't know. And he tells the man, he said, all right, this is a wonderful horse, but you must not ride the horse into the water. That is my one warning to you. And the man, because he's a dummy, decides, oh, probably something fantastic will happen if I ride the horse into the water. He rides the horse into the water and it just dissolves into hay. And then he comes back and he wants to kill Faustus for stealing his money and giving him a horse that magically turned into hay, even though he told him not to ride it into the water, which he immediately did. So the play degenerates a little bit into, some goofy scenes. He goes to the Pope and he makes himself invisible, and when the Pope is eating, he takes the food out of his hands. The Pope tries to drink wine, he takes the wine out of the Pope's hands, and it's quite childish. You would imagine if you were limitless power, is that how you are going to amuse yourself? Now, right at the very end of the play, so Faustus sold his soul for 24 years of limitless power to be given him by Mephistopheles. He asked Mephistopheles, do this for me. Mephistopheles does it. Whatever he asks, he does it. He has one last hour to live. And of course, we have some questioning of a soul being saved, but I don't want to talk about that in this essay. I want to concentrate on the idea of book learning as a way of sacrificing your soul. The main point of this video essay is that the more you learn, the more impossible religion is to believe in. You can't learn about evolution, you can't learn about geology, you can't learn about how the tectonic plates are moving, creating the mountains, creating the volcanoes, and still believe in God. Like, God is the very opposite of scientific learning. And if you choose to become a scientist and you choose to become an educated intellectual, then in a way it's like you are losing God, is how I'm reading the play. The very, very last line that Faustus, like, now it's close to the end. So the clock strikes 12, and now he is doomed. It strikes the clock. Now, body, turn into air, or Lucifer will bear thee quick to hell. O soul, be changed into small water drops and fall into the ocean, ne'er be found. Even though he's doomed, this is sort of the lamentations of a scientific man. Let my body be changed into air. Let my body turn into water droplets. Not to run away, not to make Lucifer disappear, but make me a creature of the elements. Let me die and go back to, the rough elemental biology that we all are. Oh, mercy heaven, look not so fierce on me. Adders and serpents, let me breathe a while. Ugly hell gape not, come not Lucifer. Now this is the very last line that Faustus speaks in the play. I'll burn my books, O Mephistopheles. Why would that be the very final thing that Faustus says? Well, again, it reinforces the idea that he is a learned man and his education has allowed him to evolve beyond the need, beyond the superstition of religion. And that is what I believe Faustus is all about. It's the idea that the more knowledge, the more wisdom, the more education that people get, the less reliant they will be on God and religion to affect their lives. You know, the less superstition they will believe in if they know more factual truth rather than from the big magical book. In Dr. Faustus, there are several references to books and to learning and to knowledge. And that is what I feel the metaphor is in this play. It can be read in other ways, but I feel that that is the metaphor for selling his soul to the devil, that he is abandoning religion in favor of scientific knowledge. And in the end, he is damned because he goes so far into the realm of scientific thought that he no longer needs God, which the metaphor is he's damned to hell. Thank you for watching. This is Grant Loves Books. This was a little video essay from my university class. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope maybe it gave you something to think about if you're also studying Faustus wherever you are. I hope that was acceptable. Honestly, there's a garden and a fruit tree and two people in there and a snake. And God says, all right, I've got some business to take care of. Don't eat the fruit. And I'll be back a little bit later. Okay. Oh, now I'm going to make it rain, huh? Because I'm kind of pissed off. Say, well, God, how long are you going to make it? 40 days, 40 nights. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rain. I'm going to kill everybody. Except for Noah, because Noah's my good guy. Superstition of religion. It is God, the man in the clouds, who makes the rules. It's like listening to someone who tells you, oh, you know, don't walk under a ladder because that's bad luck. Or, you know, if you spill salt, make sure you throw some over your shoulder because that's, you know, how you keep your good luck. Like religion is a superstition. That's all it is. I mean, it's a mistaken belief in this man in the clouds, like this psychopath who's making the rules. Even just to look at it very superficially, it's so grossly untrue. The man in the clouds says, oh, okay, all right, so those people, let's see, what am I going to make them do? All right, this is important. This is the man in the clouds speaking. Take heed, or I'll get angry. I want you to cut off that little bit of skin on the end of your cock. Really, God? Because we don't have any antibiotics yet. We're not going to get that for quite a long time. So are you sure you want us to do that? Like, we're really prone to infection down here. Yes, I say. Or, you know, what else does the man in the clouds, you know, with his magic tell people to do? I just see him sitting up there saying, what can I make them do that will be really funny? I know. You down there, I say don't eat meat on Fridays. Really, God? Like, meat's our favorite thing. Yes, no more meat on Fridays if you don't want to make me angry, if you want to come up to my happy place. Well, we do want to go to your happy place. Are you sure about this? I am. I'm God. I'm always 100% certain. Yeah, God never has any self-doubt. What else does the man in the clouds do? Sitting up there thinking, wow, how else can I make their lives horrible? You know, because I've got to test them down there on earth to make their lives really horrible so that when they come up here, then they can be like, oh, right, I understand why we suffered so badly on that horrible place called Earth. Let's see, what can I make them do? All right, you down there, God speaking. I want, every so often, I want you to go into a little box and I want you to tell one of my men that you've been sinning, and I want you to tell him what the sins are. Really, God? It's a bit weird. Well, that's what I want you to do. I want you to go in there to tell the man, one of my, probably of all of the professions on earth, it has the statistically highest probability of being a pedophile. I want you to tell that person all of your sins, especially if you've been jerking off. Make sure you tell the statistically probable pedophile that you've been doing that. Really? Can you imagine the priest? Oh, hello there, Mrs. Flanagan. Oh, how are you today, Father O'Houlihan? Do you want to go in the little box? Yes, Father, I've been, Yeah, I know. Washing the cabbage again, have you? Yeah, I just can't stop. I just, it helps me sleep. A little bit washing the cabbage before bed, it puts me right out. God still doesn't like that. He's still against the, Yes. We don't think God's going to change his mind about that one. He's all right with whiskey, though. Have you tried whiskey? Have you tried, instead of, jerking it off, a little whiskey instead? I tried that, but I don't like whiskey, and I don't sleep very well, and I wake up groggy. I just find that jerking it off before bed, it just relaxes me and I sleep better. Well, it's a sin. Come into the little box and tell me about it. The man in the clouds. Abraham, kill your son. Really, God? Why? He really helps quite a lot in the fields. I mean, it would be quite a shame to kill him. Don't question me, Abraham. I want you to kill him. Take Isaac and kill him. I want a sacrifice, and I want Isaac to be the sacrifice. It couldn't be a goat or even a heifer. Has to be Isaac, because he's a human being with a soul, and I'd much rather a pig. I'd do a pig and a llama and a small cow, and I would kill one of the giraffes. How about that? It'd be a real smorgasbord on the altar. No. I want Isaac, you murder your son. I'm God. I'm not fooling around. That's what religious people believe in. And scientific people believe in research and the accumulation of knowledge and testing theories to see if their theories prove accurate 100% of the time, and why they may or may not exist when they are testing out the theories of the universe. Which one would you like to believe in? Putting it together? Okay, thank you very much. Take care.